appeal was upheld. Okay, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little issue there. So, Danica Patrick fined, $50,000 and docked 25 points for retaliating against David Gillian, the 38 car. 38 got a piece of the number 10, who she claims intentionally took her out. So she then in turn took him out. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh, and the big one is American Pharoah, who won the Breeders' Cup on Saturday. History was made on Saturday as American Pharoah wins the 2015 Breeders' Cup. American Pharoah, the first to win all three legs of the Triple Crown, Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont, but the first to win all three of the Triple Crown and the Breeders' Cup in the same year. This, according to Sports Center. Here is the Breeders' Cup payout for the Classic. Winner, American Pharoah, and the FNX comes in for place, and Honor Card comes in for show. Payout, American Pharoah, $340, $3 and $240. FNX is $14.20 and $6.60, and Honor Code is $3.40. And Jeff Gordon takes the 24 to the checkered flag for the first time this season. This is Gordon's 9th career win at Martinsville and is 93rd overall career win. Jeff Gordon's first win was at Charlotte, May 29th, 1994. Runner-up Rusty Wallace. His 25th win came at Pocono on June 8th, 1997, beating Jeff Burton to the line. 50th win for Gordon was at Talladega on April 16th, 2000, beating Mike Skinner. 75th win at Chicago, July 9th, 2006, taking out Jeff Burton. And 93rd was on Sunday in Martinsville, and the runner-up was Jay McMurray. Before Sunday's victory, Jeff Gordon's last win was at Dover on September 28th, 2014. Jeff Gordon says on Victory Lane, quote, "This has turned into a fairy tale year." Titles won in 1995, 97, 98, and 2001. So, as mentioned this last week, everything was going to go on between Kenseth and Logano. It was going to happen on Sunday, and it did. Number 20 Toyota goes for a piece of the 22 Ford and causes the 22 to spin and go into the wall. Bad news for the double twos. Incident occurred at lap 454, and this brings out the caution and the red flag, lap 455. The 20 got into the left side of the 22. And Logano says, quote, to the reporters, "I think what happened at Kansas is a completely different deal. Here," meaning Martinsville, "here was a completely coward move, especially for a championship caliber driver and race team. Complete coward. I don't have anything to say." And then Matt Kenseth blames a flat tire for the incident. Okay. NASCAR suspended Matt Kenseth for 2 races and also is placed on probation for 6 months. And there was an appeal. There's 2 appeals. The first one was today, and the second one is probably going to be next week. But the 2 race suspension was upheld today. So we'll have to see what happens to see what materializes. All right, so one more time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go right into go over the schedule one more time. So after today, after this weekend, which is the 8th, you got 2 more races left, actually. The 22nd is the last one at Homestead, and that wraps up the season for 2015. So pretty much flew by. And then December 21st is going to be Daytona 500. So we're going to do a little different things. So the Racing Podcast, as mentioned, 26 is going to be the final one for this year, and then we'll return here on the 18th. There is some action before that, though, because you have the Sprint Unlimited, and you have the Budweiser Duel, which is the weekend before that. So I'll keep you updated on that. So what we're going to do, one of the new things we're going to do, are probably do a replay of the Thursday night podcast, probably on Friday nights and possibly on Saturday mornings. So we'll do that. That's like one of the big ones. And as mentioned, we're going to start mixing in some Formula One and some IndyCar, along with the ponies, so you get a little mix. And that's pretty much the only big change at RP. And again, we're scheduled to come back on February 18th to kick off the 2016 season of the Racing Podcast, which will be our third year doing RP. So third time's the charm, as they say. So looking very forward to that. And of course, same time, same channel, Thursday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Spreaker.com, #RP, and at apodradio.com as well. And if you missed the broadcast, you can catch it on demand at Spreaker. You can download off of Spreaker, and apodradio.com, you just log on there, and it'll start playing automatically. So that's how that goes. This is a podcast. So, a podcast is recorded ahead of time, and then it's thrown up there for people to listen to on demand. But the cool thing about Spreaker is that it lets you do the podcast, record the podcast, and broadcast live at the same time. So you can actually listen in as the podcast is being recorded, which I think is a cool feature, I think. I get a little excited about that, I must say. All right, so let's go over it one more time. This weekend's racing schedule, and then we are out of here. And don't forget, check out Nonstop Rockin' Country at OK Radio, available at live365.com and on the Live365 app. And the keyword is OKR USA, and that's OK Radio, home of Nonstop Rock and Country. All right, so Friday evening is this weekend's Camping World Truck Series event, Friday, November the 6th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and MRN, and that's the WinStar Casino 350, and that is with 147 laps scheduled. Saturday afternoon is this weekend's NASCAR Xfinity Series event, Saturday, November 7th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, NBC and PRN, and that's the O'Reilly Auto Parts Challenge, 200 laps scheduled. Then on Sunday is this week's NASCAR Sprint Cup Series event, week 2 of the Eliminator Round, week number 8 of the chase, Sunday, November 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern on NBC and PRN, and that's the AAA Texas 500, and that is with 334 laps scheduled. All right, and that's going to do it for today. To all my Met fans, I hope you've recovered from this week from the World Series. Everyone's all right out there. Okay, a very disjointed weekend for racing fans. For Met fans, as of course losing to the Kansas City Royals. But that's okay. Always next year. I think the most famous words in sports is always next year. There's always next year. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today. See you next week right here, same time, same channel. From New York, this is Manny A, and this has been the Racing Podcast. Have a good one.